What's going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2Times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into it. Online dating. Most people create a profile to see who is out there for them, either because they are shy in person, work a lot, and might not be able to get out much, or simply because it's easy and convenient. You can scroll through multiple people until you find your match, but not that often do you hear of an online dating love story. Some people might get lucky because they have that discernment when searching. They don't invite just anybody to their home at first. They meet at a public place, and before they talk on the phone for months. But when you are young, looking to have some fun, most feel like they don't have time for all that. They date online because of the easy access. It's simple. Meet someone they like, chop it up for a little minute, set a day and time to kick it, and see if they can catch a vibe. But the cons can sometimes outweigh the pros. You might just be looking for somebody to get your rocks off with, or you can smash on a regular. But being too fast to meet up can put you in a dangerous situation, as you never know who's behind that screen and what type time they are on. Sometimes cruddy and cutthroat comes with a pretty face or nice body. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to DeKalb County, Georgia, to discuss a case of two brothers planning for a fun night after meeting some females online that took a turn for the worse. Back in 2016, 23-year-old Jordan Collins and his 24-year-old brother Chad were very close and did a lot of things together. Being that close in age, the brothers often kicked it, even double dated sometimes. They both had profiles on the then popular online dating app POF, or Plenty of Fish. And one night while together and scrolling, they noticed a profile of two young women who were friends. 22-year-old Clarissa McGee and the shared pool, also 22. The brothers thought they hit the jackpot. Two pretty girls, same age, and knew how to hold a conversation. They chopped it up with the two young ladies for a few days. And when the brother's sister went out of town and asked them to babysit their nieces and nephews, that was a perfect time to do what young men do: invite the young ladies over to party. Little did Jordan and Chad know, Nashe and Clarissa were escorts and also members of a local blood set in Georgia. Nashe had been rocking with the gang and created the POF account to escort and break bread with the homies. Clarissa was a newbie who joined once she started a relationship with a high-ranking member, 26-year-old Antonio Avery. His big homie was one of the founding members of the blood subset they were in, 28-year-old DeMarco Butler. Usually, the gang made money however they could, getting it how they lived. But the new thing was to find young, naive girls, make them think they was in love with them, in an effort to make them catch dates and bring the bread back. Clarissa and the shed usually had no problems, but sometimes if the date had a lot of bread or a nice house, the two men would want more than a few dollars. They wanted to rob them or do a home invasion to clean the house and take the victim for everything. On August 31st, 2016, Clarissa went to DeMarco's house. Antonio and the shed was there as well. The girls got ready to meet up with a client at a planned location, but when they got there, they felt uncomfortable and decided to leave without making the money. Once they got back, they met up with Antonio and DeMarco at a local gas station. The two men told them, "We gotta make some bread." The woman told the two that Jordan and Chad had hit them up earlier that day, asking them to come kick it later that night. The girls called the brothers, who stated everything was good for them to come over, and sent the girls the address to their sister's home in Lithonia, Georgia, then put the kids upstairs for bed. Back at the gas station, the four were plotting. The girls gave Antonio and DeMarco a picture of Jordan. Then Antonio gave his girl Clarissa a gun to take with her for extra protection. As they made their mind up, they was going to set the brothers up and rob them and the house. The men told Clarissa and the shed, We gonna follow y'all in another whip. Y'all go act normal, peep out the scene, and text us and let us know how everything looked. As the woman pulled up to the home the brothers was at, DeMarco and Antonio kept driving through the neighborhood. Happy to see them in person, Chad and Jordan were ready to have a good night. The two women started acting weird though, asking questions about the house, who lived there, roaming around, even trying to go upstairs, until the brothers stopped them. The girls also kept texting and were not engaging in any conversation with the brothers. They kept asking questions about the Doug in the backyard and the barking. The brothers started to get frustrated and decided it was time for the girls to leave. Something just wasn't right. But little did they know, the trap was already set. Jordan walked out back with the girls. Chad heard the screen door close before hearing commotion and hearing his brother say, "Chill out, bro." Then shots went off. Chad immediately ran outside and saw his brother laying on the patio, shot multiple times, before looking up to a shooter in his face, and more shots went off. Chad was hit 5 times, but still alert, and saw 2 men in the shed running. He then saw Clarissa head to the garage. Injured, he still pursued her, asking who was that? Who the F brought y'all over here? She upped the blick Antonio gave her and made threats in order to get away, then ran off to meet the other 3. Chad called police, who responded to the home and unfortunately pronounced Jordan gone on the scene. Even though hit 5 times, Chad was good and able to state to police exactly how the night went and to meet up with Clarissa in the shed, but he didn't know the 2 men. 2 different caliber shells were found on the crime scene, a .22 handgun and shotgun shells. The gang all went back to DeMarco's house when the girls noticed the 2 guns on the table. When they asked, "Why y'all shoot?" DeMarco stated calmly, "Bro tried to grab the gun, so he got shot." Antonio then sweet talked the scared Clarissa not to call the police. He told her, "You'll get blamed for it all and go to jail." But with phone records, the POF accounts, police had an open and shut investigation. They knew DeMarco and Antonio as known gang members of a fraction of Bloods in the area called the Lucianos. He also knew the way the gang got money was using young girls to set up men. It wasn't long before all 4 were tracked down and taken into custody, charged with first-degree murder, attempted hit, robbery, gang charges, and handguns. Before trial started, Clarissa struck a deal and cooperated with the state, telling everything that happened. When she got outside, she alleged she saw Antonio holding a gun. The she and DeMarco already running down the street, while Jordan laid there hit. When Chad ran out, she claimed Antonio then shot him and ran off, leaving her by herself to run to the garage. Her charges were eventually dropped to aggravated assault. It's not clear how much time she got, but the other 3 were found guilty on all counts. DeMarco was sentenced to life in prison plus 50 years. Antonio, the same. Nashed, at just 22 years old, life plus 40 years. And they didn't get anything from the brothers or out the home. Rest in peace to Jordan. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. I hope Chad can also cope with the loss of his brother and what he went through that night, being shot 5 times as well. Watch who you trust out here. I already know the brothers was just trying to get right and do what young men do and turn up, not knowing it was literally a backdoor situation. The 2 girls already was on that type time from jump, trying to be gang. They threw their whole life away. As far as DeMarco and Antonio, for some so-called leaders, they went on a dummy mission and crashed out for $0 and 0 cents. Jordan peeped the move, but by then, it was too late. Fellas, don't always trust a pretty face, nice body, or smile. Cruddy comes in all shapes, forms, and fashion. So remember, we gotta succeed not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Man, rest in peace, Jordan. Crazy story. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Definitely be respectful. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. This is another episode of Hood Tales. It's your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.